Last year, the Tri-Cities 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb raised more than $58,000 for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. This year's event will take place at Bristol Motor Speedway on September 10th. Here with a preview of the stair climb is Kingsport Firefighter Andrew Catron. Good to see you again, Andrew.
Thanks for having me.
This is amazing. I mean, y'all had your best year with this event. Over $58,000 raised last year.
Yeah, so each year we've slowly raised more money, and that's partly due to our sponsors that we have for the event,
right,
as well as being able to hold more people and having a larger crowd for the event.
Over 230,000 in the 7 years that you all have been doing this.
Yeah, and now these events happen all across the country,
right,
but we're typically the largest in the state of Tennessee as far as amount raised. But that's, you know, a lot of time and effort goes into getting that much, but it's been very worth it.
And you're doing the event over at the Bristol Motor Speedway again this year. Tell us about that, because you had to tweak it a little bit, because you had to move some things around there a little bit.
Yeah, so we did our first 5 years at Holston Valley Hospital
right
in Kingsport, and you know, obviously there's a learning curve with a new venue, and so we had things almost on autopilot at Holston Valley, and when COVID hit, you know, we were in a scramble. Can we do this event safely? You know, what does the event look like? And fortunately, the guys over at Bristol Motor Speedway have been excellent hosts. They brought us in when we were in a pinch.
Right.
And this will be our 3rd year there. The first year did have some learning curves, but we've definitely got those tweaked out, and now we're able to hold more and more people at the event there.
And how many people did you have? And we're looking at video right now of last year's event. How many people did you have participate last year?
So last year we sold out at 500 climbers.
Okay.
And you know, we always push people to sign up early, because we want everybody to get the event T-shirt,
right,
and before the price increases. So we always push for them to sign up early. But last year we did sell out. And, you know, we hate to turn people away, but that's why we, you know, do stuff like this and try to talk people into signing up early so they don't miss the opportunity.
And you said you were trying, one of the things you had to tweak was because the sunlight, the way it was striking inside of the stadium there, you're trying to get them out of the sunlight just a little bit less.
Yeah, so after our first year at Bristol, we did a FAQ, or survey with
right,
the
climbers,
and a lot of them talked about the heat, and we knew that it was an issue, because you know, you can't ask for even though we asked for a cloudy day, we never get it. So but it's better than rain. So
exactly.
So the first year we definitely had with those steep steps, they're much steeper than a standard stairwell. And so we did change up the route last year, and we got a lot of praises for that. It was much easier on the climbers. Still a feat in itself, but much easier on them.
What's some of the other feedback you get from the people that participate?
Just that it's like no other event that they've done. You know, me and the other coordinators, when we started doing this, we went to many different climbs, and we essentially picked up the best practices that we saw there, and brought it back to put into our event. So, you know, we have the radio traffic playing over the speakers. So, you know, for a lot of people, that's very emotional.
Yes.
And, you know, it's not we want it to be a good time, but we also want people to remember why they're there. And, you know, that the tag for the fallen firefighter police officer that they're carrying is actually someone, and has a family, you know, still today, that is mourning that loss, and we want them to really know the true meaning of why they're there.
And part of that feedback, when you know you're playing that audio and you're bringing back those memories, folks say they appreciate that fact that they get that opportunity to remember.
Yes, and like I said, it's very emotional for some, but they realize that it's, you know, that plays into part of the event.
And let's talk about the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation that all this money goes to. Kind of tell us about it.
Yeah, so the Fallen Firefighters Foundation is a nonprofit. They fully fund the FDNY counseling unit. So several years after 9/11, the money just wasn't there, and the foundation stepped in to fully fund that. So now every year The president of the foundation meets with the FDIY counseling unit and allocates the dollars raised at the stair climbs to fund those programs.
Right.
And they also have other programs for fallen firefighters all across the country that would be funded with any excess money raised.
All right.
So that could even benefit someone here locally that, you know, if there were a line of duty death, that would receive funds from the foundation.
And, you know, even though we're ways away from this, it's important if you want to be a climber, now's the time to go ahead and register.
Right. Registration launched June 1st.
Right.
And we've almost had 100 climbers in the first few days. Right now we're looking at our cutoff to be around 600 this year. We want to grow it every year, but at a pace that we can manage.
All right.
So we want people to sign up as early as possible.
All right, Andrew, we appreciate you. Thank you for all you're doing. We really do appreciate it, and the service that you give as a firefighter as well. Thank you so much. It is the 8th annual Tri-Cities 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. It is happening Saturday, September the 10th. Registration is open right now. We got all that information for you right there, and there's a link on WJHL.com.